I want to introduce you to my new project. I will be talking to you guys about TV shows and anything that is comic book based, in terms of TV shows or movies. And I'm talking like the failed one, like the failed TV shows, the failed movie. I'm gonna give you my spin of what I think should have been done with these projects, just to make them, you know, a little bit noticeable. There's a few movies and TV shows that if I had the chance to make a twist on it, you know, these are the things that I would do. If you want to find out more of what I think of certain TV shows or movies, please subscribe to Geek by Heart. You know, Lainey, she has her good, bad, and ugly. Recently, I think James Gunn came out with his schedule for DC, and this is one of the things that I wanted to discuss. Give my spin of what I like of the TV shows that are the movies that I'm excited about, and what I would love to see DC do forward with some of these characters and probably the storyline. Let's get into it. So this is what I have to say about James Gunn and the changes that's going on at DC. First, I just want to completely state that I'm not a Snyder fan, nor have I any issues with the movement. I mean, everyone has their own opinion, and this, I definitely don't. I don't appreciate the movies that's coming out of Snyderverse. So recently, James Gunn has dished out his lineup of slate for DC. Oh my God, I'm so excited, and boy, I am just elated, man. Can I tell you, I am super hyped for a few movies that I know gonna be fire. First, listen, I am super excited for the brave and the bold.
The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU.
Can you believe that it's finally gonna be a movie with Robin in it? Because they always seem to kick his ass out. I don't know why. But, you know, the ever-longing story and involvement of Robin alongside with Batman. And one thing that I got me more stoked was to hear the idea of Robin being some kind of assassin. Of course, you know, Batman and his son Wayne. Wayne is the son of Ra's al Ghul's daughter. So basically, he's basically an assassin. So this would make proper sense, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, this is what we need. We need something like this. Another big announcement is Paradise Lost, a Game of Thrones-like series on Themyscira, the home of Wonder Woman.
We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island.
Oh my God. I mean, this should be very interesting. Maybe we can get to see some kind of action scenes from the Amazons compared to Dora Milaje, you know, just to get a comparison who's like the most badass, which I think that Dora Milaje is like really badass, you know. But what I'm saying is that we will get to see what the Amazonians are about, you know what I mean? From what we saw of Amazon in Justice League, I think James Gunn is bringing his direction in this, and I'm pretty much excited for this.
See you later, guys!
Also coming up in James Gunn lineup is the Green Lanterns. Actually, it's called the Lanterns, but you know, it's a Green Lanterns project to include Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. Hear this out.
Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU.
So as explained, this will have an intergalactic experience, like a True Detective and police type feel. So, you know how that is. The Green Lanterns, they like protect the universe and to protect the galaxy and all of that. So this is pretty much interesting. This is something that launched the entire storyboard of Green Lanterns, the entire community of Green Lanterns, and definitely we'll get to see what every Green Lantern is about. And also I hope they put the story behind the lantern itself, because a lot of people don't really understand who are not comic book geeks. You know what I mean? I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty much extremely hype on this, because we still have not gotten any form of Green Lantern movie or TV show, and I'm not going to be including the Green Lantern that Ryan Reynolds had, which was disrespect to the Green Lantern community. I mean, come on, guys, you really going to think about that? We need to get that out our system. This is trash. I'm telling you. I mean, come on. Did you really even consider this movie a representation of the Green Lantern comic? But anywho, I can't wait for this development of this project to HBO. I mean, man, I'm so ecstatic. So, you know, with James Gunn behind this, I can't wait to see what's gonna, become of this. Let's get it. Also, another lineup is Superman Legacy. I am so stoked to get a taste of what James Gunn have. I think he's writing it. He is gonna be all up on it, and I hope he put his ankle, I hope he's put his foot, everything in it, because this is something that we definitely need.
Next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
Also, there are other lineup that I'm excited about, such as Supergirl, where you will get to see the first-hand story about her experience on Krypton, Kara. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see that, because definitely we want to see what the entire, premise behind the disruption of Krypton and what happened and everything. So that will be super interesting. So these are the good news. At least we have something on paper indicating what is in store of DC and the franchise. And something we can wrap our heads around as movies or TV shows in the lineup. This is big. I'm telling you. And maybe there will be some more things that will show up in DC head, but here and there, what I mean? But I mean, we're dealing with James Gunn. Come on now, you understand what I'm talking about. So what do you feel about these announcements, and what do you feel about what's happening ahead of for DC? Drop a comment in the comment below, and I guarantee you I'll be there to save the day. Da, 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 da. Okay, so with that out the way, let me discuss what I'd love to see in the upcoming movies and TV shows from James Gunn. DC, James Gunn. I'm a kind of kick to it, but this is what I want to see in the upcoming TV shows and movies for DC. Yeah, so I hope to see movies based strong in canon. That goes along with the comic book. And I get it. There are different types of comic books by different writers, and the story changes and everything, but as long as Gunn zeroes in one specific comic book and go along with that story point, I will gladly appreciate that. You get what I'm saying? Because it's kind of confusing when you go in different directions with a particular story or a character. You know what I mean? That's just my thinking. There's just so much talk about the big baddies, the big villains. And two other most talked about villains was basically Doomsday and Darkseid. And just to note, these two aren't the only baddies in DC, you know that, right? Even though it would be good to see these two, I'd love to see other individuals in the comic book world, like the Brainiac, Anti-Monitor, Yoga Khan. Let's see some more baddies that, it's gonna, because I mean, this is DC, this is DCU. It's a lot of villains and a lot of heroes. Let's expand and see what we can get from these characters, please. Okay, so one of the many things that didn't do well for me are the Flash speed visuals. I had this criticism with Justice League Flash, where, most of his speed visual was in slow motion, or you would see him disappear, then reappear with shards of lightning around him. I mean, if you truly need some reference on this speed visual thing, look at Makari from the Eternals. That type of visual is impeccable. Not to mention the physics of how she fights. Or in other references. Check out Flash and Reverse Flash in the video game Injustice. So to me, I think the speed visual performance adds a kind of signature superhuman ability to Flash. This puts you into the excitement of the movie, as well as a sense of how fast Flash is. Now, this is something that needs to be addressed. When I saw Eternals, I saw her visuals, and it was wonderful. It was well done, and that is something that I would love to see for Flash. I mean, we haven't seen much of a strong visual for Flash, which basically you would see him, like a bolt of lightning or a bolt of whatever the case is. Like, he's mostly running, but you're not seeing him in action in terms of his speed, fighting either a speed fight or something. You're not seeing all that. I think this needs to be updated. I would love to see this. I would love to see a whole different perspective from James Gunn. So, let's see what happens to this. So, will DC come back to its glory and reclaim their fans? I would say I have faith, and I'm excited to see what happens. Also, I am awaiting the long listed of TV shows and movies by James Gunn. I'm ready to embrace it, and believe me, I have a lot of faith in James Gunn, and I know every one of these TV shows or movies is going to be coming out top billing. That's what I want. I'm a DC fan first. I'm no Snyder fan, and I'm not taking sides. I'm basically a DC fan. I love my DC comics, and I just want to see the best coming out of DCU or DC itself. Alright? On a quick note, I would love to see this man do something in the DCU. Matthew fucking Vaughn. I love this dude's movies. I mean, and of course he has that experience in the comic book work, in the comic book movies. He did Kick-Ass, he did X-Men, and with him being in the DCU, I think he would bring his flavor within the movie, which I would definitely love. So yeah, let's bring this man up into the DCU. I'm not sure you guys have started watching. If you haven't, please go check it out. Last of Us. Oh my God. We have finally broken the spell of the video game curse. And believe you me, this TV show is it. It is it. And I am so excited. Why? Is because definitely this is going to be the launch of other video game movies or TV shows that's gonna follow suit. And I think one of the things that I'm excited for is Amazon's God of War, as well as other TV shows that is coming up in the woodworks from both Netflix. I'm pretty much excited to see. So, yeah, let's go, let's get it. And of course, if you guys haven't watched it, let me know what you think about the new TV show for Last of Us, alright? So, of course, I am so happy you guys have bared with me throughout DC's opening and I hope you're excited as I am, because trust me, I am so excited. Oh my God.